Good evening. Blessings of Samhain to everybody. And for those on the other side of the world, may the blessings of Bealtaine be rich and abundant. Today started very early and I was in a TV studio doing a short piece on what it's like to be a modern witch, and also explaining that us modern witches need time for themselves as well. But more talking about the significance of what Samhain means to me, and what witchcraft means to me, and how I got involved in it, and yada, yada, yada. The things that normally I get asked at TV interviews and radio interviews and newspaper interviews and all the interviews that one is likely to do when one is slightly out in the mainstream. So anyway, that went very well, and I came home and I was like, I really am not happy about getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning. But tonight I'm not celebrating Samhain. Tonight is the 31st of October. It is calendar Samhain. And I will be celebrating next week at astronomical Samhain, which is the 6th of November. So when the actual planets align and the alignments come into for Samhain. So because I was talking about what Samhain means to me, I'm going to talk about what Samhain means to me. And lots of folklore about, what happens at Samhain, particularly in Ireland. We have the puka who spits on the blackberries. It's actually the rats that we eat on the blackberries. So we don't eat blackberries after Samhain because the lower fruit is all gone and they go for the upper fruit. And that's why we don't eat berries, because we don't want Weil's disease. We also have the the time of the Morrigan, who emerges from Rathcrowan Cave, and or Oinagat, Cave of the Cats, and she spreads her, Morrigan stuff across the land. We don't mess with the Morrigan, we just honour her and we say, great warrior, queen, welcome. How can we please you? It is the time of the Cailleach, when we see the changing and the shift in the seasons and winter comes in. So Samhain is the third of the great harvests. It's the harvest of the meat. And it finishes, the harvest cycle from Lunasa to Samhain. And it was a time when our ancestors would have prepared the meat for the winter, culled the beasts that they weren't going to want to feed over the winter, and salted or preserved the meat in some other way, and also had a jolly good feast, because everybody likes a jolly good feast, don't they? So, it's a time of games. But the other thing about Samhain is it's a time for dressing up. And the reason it's a time for dressing up is because we don't want our children to be mistaken and taken by the fairies, by the Sidhe, and a changeling to be left in their place. So if we disguise our children so that they don't look like children, then the Sidhe will leave them alone and everybody will be happy. So it's a time of trickery. It's a time where the two worlds collide, this world and the other world. A time when the veil is thin. But more importantly for me, it is also a time to remember and honour our beloved dead. It is a time that we lay the dumb supper, that we don't turn away the stranger, because you don't know who the stranger might be. And we don't want to be, inviting the stranger into our, or insulting the stranger and bringing bad luck for the coming year. So the dumb supper is laid for whoever should come. The doors are opened at midnight for the wild hunt to run through. And we honour our beloved dead. We remember them. We invite them into our hearts and into our minds. We remember the joy that they brought to us in their lives. And we remember the sadness that we felt when they departed for the summer lands, the other worlds. And that is a very, very important part of what Samhain is about. It's not a time of sadness. It's a time of celebration. It's a time of joy. It's a time to remember with joy in our hearts to invite those whom we love to be with us. Even if they cannot be with us in flesh, they can be with us in spirit. And so, on that note, I will wish you a very blessed Samhain. I think I need to feed these guys because they're looking very hungry. I don't know if you can see them, but I might have forgotten to put out the rat and spider food. Anyway, have a lovely, lovely Samhain and enjoy the celebrations wherever you are.